Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? It is now official. Sony Michel has signed with the Miami Dolphins. It's disappointing. We talked about it. The fit in New Orleans would have made so much sense. And quite honestly, I don't see the fit for him in Miami at all. Quick backstory, Sony Michel went to Georgia, was a first-round draft pick of the New England Patriots. They did not pick up his fifth-year option. They shipped him off to L.A. He was great for them in their Super Bowl winning season. Cam Akers, when he had his Achilles injury, Sony Michel really picked up the slack. When Akers returned, Michel's production and opportunities really reduced. And now, as a free agent, he's looking around, and the Saints are in need of running back help. And they, brought in Sony Michel to kick the tires, and ultimately he ends up signing with Miami. It just doesn't make any sense for Sony Michel, except for one factor, which we'll get to in a second. Miami was bad running the football last season. They were 30th in the NFL in rushing yards, so they were bad. Also, the third fewest average yards before contact. They were just bad. They were bad on the offensive line. They were bad at running back. Well, Sony Michel is now the third running back to sign with Miami this offseason. He joins Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds. And they already have Myles Gaskin on the roster. So that is a crowded running back room. Salvon Ahmed was tendered as well. So you get 5 running backs now, with Michel being the third they signed this offseason. And when I look at the contract he got, that don't make no sense either. He's on a 1-year, $2.1 million deal. He's on a 1-year bargain basement deal to join a crowded running back room on a team that was terrible running the football a year ago. They went out and addressed it. They added Tyron Armstead at left tackle. As we mentioned, they signed Raheem Mostert, now Chase Edmonds, and now Michel on top of that. His opportunities are going to be minimal in Miami. The only thing that makes sense is it's a homecoming for Sony Michel, who was a 5-star out of American Heritage School, which is 20 minutes from Hard Rock Stadium. So he's a Miami guy. He's going home. So in that respect, it makes sense. But think about the conversation we've had with Tyron Mathieu, about Tyron Mathieu. Tyron's going home, but Saints didn't get a hometown discount. Tyron's deal is 3 years, $33 million with $18 million guaranteed. So 3-year, $33 million with $18 million of it guaranteed. That was the initial word that we had got. He got $9.5. This is from Florio. Got $9.5 million at signing. $1.5 million is his base salary this year, which is fully guaranteed. So just, I guess when you look at Tyron's deal, dude got paid. It's a base deal of $27 million over 3 years with $18 million fully guaranteed. His cap hit this year is going to be $1.5 million. I mean, it's a very manageable contract for Tyron Mathieu, which means two things. Number one, it leaves the Saints room to play with this year, but Tyron still got paid. I mean, he's going to get $18 million fully guaranteed over 3 years and as much potentially as 27 or up to 33. So, yeah, he's getting paid. Sony Michel took a bargain. I don't know what the Saints offered, but would the Saints have done 1 year, $2.1 million for Sony Michel? Could have absolutely offered that to him, considering the deal that he did in Miami with the Dolphins. So if you're the Saints now, you're kind of back to the drawing board, because that's brutal. I mean, that's an affordable contract for a good player at 27 with a lot of tread still on the tires, and he could have come to New Orleans where, I mean, you've got Alvin Kamara, who we're all assuming is going to miss 6 games, and after that, it's a giant crapshoot. You got Mark Ingram, who's long in the tooth, and you don't really know how much tread he's got left on the tires, and was banged up at points late in last season, also was missed time due to COVID. Tony Jones Jr., Dwayne Washington, who's really a special teamer. You don't have a guy. You don't have a guy. So, man, boy, it really would have been nice to see Michel. And when you look at what is out there in free agency for New Orleans right now, it's kind of slim pickings. I'm going to be very curious to see if maybe someone like Abram Smith, the undrafted free agent out of Baylor, doesn't have a better chance of making this team just because of the year and who's available and what's available. If you look at the available free agent running backs, Tariq Cohen, David Johnson, Jalen Richard, Phillip Lindsay, Devontae Booker, Mike Davis from the Falcons, Carlos Hyde, Malcolm Brown, Darrell Williams is a free agent, Latavius Murray.
Murray, present.
There it is. Devontae Freeman, who the Saints brought in last year and then cut. I mean, you get my point. Like, there aren't a lot of great options out there. And when I look at that list, Tariq Cohen might be the most intriguing because he's probably, from a skill set, maybe the most similar to Kamara. I'm not telling you he's Alvin Kamara. Please don't misunderstand me. But Tariq Cohen started his NFL career and with Chicago, had a really good start to his NFL career, and then has basically missed 2 seasons due to injury. He was injured in the 2020 season and then missed all of last year because of the residual effect of that knee injury. So you're talking about a guy who, was a good player for Chicago the first couple of years of his career, and then, it just injured in 2020 and then missed all of last year. David Johnson is another player who's at this point would be affordable, but really that trade with the Texans and Arizona has got to go down as one of the all-time worst. But what it did, it subsequent has proven that the solo 1,000-yard season David Johnson had in Arizona was the outlier and continues to be the outlier of his career. Phillip Lindsay, I think, is an interesting possibility for the right price. Phillip Lindsay was from Denver, went to Colorado, went undrafted, signed with the Broncos, and had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. Ran for 1,037 yards as a rookie in 2018, ran for 1,011 yards in 2019, and then played in just 11 games in 2020, and then played in 14 games last year with 2 different teams, with Houston and Miami. And like we talked about, Miami was just an anemic running game a season ago, and Lindsay was a part of that. He played in 4 games for Miami, had 38 carries for 119 yards, but his season average a year ago was right at 2 yards a carry. So since that rookie year where he averaged nearly 4 yards a carry, it has just been a steady decline. That's why I look and I go, the guy that probably has the highest ceiling that might fit best into what New Orleans is doing, if he's healthy, might be Tariq Cohen. But, boy, it certainly feels like slim pickings right now at running back, which is why to see Sony Michel available, to have gotten him into your facility, to see that he took a bargain deal and joined a crowded running back room, makes me wonder if maybe the Saints didn't like what they saw, or it was just something where you were never going to be able to beat the value of Sony Michel going home. But when we learn Tyron's contract and the terms of Tyron's contract, what it tells you is the Saints got money to spend. If they went into this deal with about $18 million in cap space, and Tyron's number, against the cap will cost him about $1.5 million or so with his base, you're going to spend about $3 million to pay your draft picks, which should put you somewhere in the $15 million range, $12 to $15 million range, still to spend. So they got money to spend here in free agency, and still some spots they have to address. Running back, I would put in that mix. If there's a tight end available, absolutely, you'd want to add to that room. Defensive tackle, to get a starting caliber player on the defensive line would feel like a really big win at this point. So money to spend and positions where they need to spend it, but still searching for a running back after Sony Michel picked the Miami Dolphins. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.